Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video and welcome to episode 12 of our hardcore career mode series. Last time we built ourselves a small tanker truck so we can transport diesel to our hangar, and today we're going to be starting a brand new quadcopter build. The plan for today is to work out the size and the main shape of the vehicle, and by the end of the episode we'll finish off by giving it a quick lick of paint. But anyway guys, with all that being said, I hope you'll enjoy. Let's get started. Okie dokie, so let's get this thing back to the workbench and then we're going to very quickly check how much fuel we've got left. So let's jump out of there. Alright, so we've got about 20,000 litres of diesel in there. That's actually really good. That's heaps. Nice. Alright, let's go back into the workbench, say goodbye to the Bizza tanker truck, and we're going to go new vehicle. Awesome. So, as you can tell by the thumbnail, we're going to be building some sort of quadcopter thingamajiggly. The main purpose of this is to actually be able to transport shipping containers. I thought that'd be pretty fun to get into. And the same connection points that the containers connect onto, we're actually going to make our own little kind of rooms or modules that connect to it so we can go and do other things like firefighting, search and rescue, and things like that. Let's get started now. I don't know. I've got a rough idea in my head how I want this to work, to look, but I don't know if that's how it's going to work or not. So we'll see how we go. So let's go up with a couple of wedges first, come up like this maybe, something like that. I don't want it to be too pointy because it's not an aeroplane. So let's go something like this, and then we'll probably have the windscreen sitting about there, I could imagine. We'll see how we go anyway. Let's grab a couple of these, come around like this. Boop. Yes, go again on top, just like so. And I suppose we'll put a couple of blocks in here. What if we go some, can we make 1x2s link up with that? We should be able to. Hopefully anyway. Go boom, boom. Just like that. Very nice. And then let's see if we can link this together before we do too much. Let's come down. Yeah, because we should be able to put a 2x4 along there, shouldn't we? Okay. Then we'll grab some of these ones. Come along like this. Fill all that in. Okay. Nice. That will probably work, hopefully. And then we'll get a 2x4. Come around like this, like that. And can we drag that? Yes, we can. Awesome. So that will be the bottom of the floor. I think something like that should work. Then I do want like some side windows on here as well. So let's see how we go about that. If we'll drag that down. Can I bring that down? Yes, I can. And then we can fit one more like that. Okay, that's not too bad. And then I sort of want, yeah, big windows on the side. So what if we just leave that spot for now? And we'll jump up the top, I suppose. So what do we got there? Can we put 1x2s up here? I wonder if that'll work. If we just go along like that, get rid of those ones. Should be able to get one of these in here. Turn that around. Boop. Okay, awesome. So what if we just drag that back to there? That one can go, grab one of them, sit that in there. Yes, something like that. And then we'll have the windscreen connect right here. Actually, that will probably work out. We'll just fill that in for now. We'll put the window on, not right now, actually. Now, you guys are going to have to bear with me because I've not built something like this before. But what I think I might do, I don't want it to go too much wider. So let's grab one of these. We're going to put that in right here. Grab a 1x4, turn that around. Something like that. Yeah, except I actually believe a container, yeah, it's one block wider than that. So what if we just come out one more? Actually, we'll go like this, drag it up. Something like that. Then we can fill this side in with something. I don't know. We'll work it out. But if we go, actually, we'll get rid of that one. Let's come up with a 2x4, turn that around, flip it up that way. And then I want a window right here, but I don't know where the floor is going to sit. So what if we just say the floor will be here, and then we'll just put some little wedges in. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm trying to do here, but the seat will be, let's grab a seat, actually, I'll show you. Just grab one of these, chuck that right there. So that way, when, actually, probably go back one more. Something like that. When we're in the seat, when we look down, we can actually see down out the window over there. Don't know if that's going to work out the way I think, though. We'll leave the chair there for now. I actually think that's a bit too far back. And then I'm trying to aim to make these side pieces kind of clump out in a bit of a, give it a bit of a round look. So let me see what I can come up with, and I'll be back in a moment. All right, I think that's starting to look pretty good. All this is going to be glass somehow. We need to make that work. But I did actually want to make the roof kind of come up and have a bit of a bulge to it if possible. So what I think will fit here, let's just fill this in with a different color for a moment so we know they're the ones to get rid of. Go back to white. I think what we'll do, we'll grab some 2x2s to turn them around, chuck them, one there. We'll have to put a 4 along here, will we? No, that should work actually. Then we'll grab a 1x2, turn that around, come up like this, and then that's a 4 there, so I have to match that. We'll just have to use one of these, I guess. Boom, and can I drag that? Yep, no, yep, okay, good, get rid of those ones. Okay, something like this. Grab some 1x2s, go along like that. Nice. I think we can get rid of all that red now. That was just to quickly build onto temporarily. Maybe I might come up even just a little bit more, something like that. Then we'll go a 2x4 on the back of that. Oop. Okay, flip it. Flip it around this way. Boop, boop, boop. Okie dokie. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Grab one of these, put it in the middle like so. Good. And then I suppose on top of that, we're going to have to keep on going up a little bit. Try and round this off a little bit if we can. That actually looks, yeah, that looks perfect. That's got a nice round shape to it, at least on this side it does. Nice. Okay, so let's fill that in with the wedges that we need. Some 1x2s and some 1x4s will just come along like that. Okay, that looks awesome. Very nice. I do need to fill this in. Hopefully we can fill that in. We'll get to it in just a moment. So what if we actually end the back of the cab off kind of here-ish? Oh, not that. Like this. And then that can kind of be the front part, and then we'll have the container sit right behind it. I just don't know how low we should go for this. All right, what if we actually get rid of that back plate, and then we'll get some little wedges and we'll end off the back of the cab like this instead. What if we come up to about there or so? Then we'll grab an inverse pyramid, flip it around like that, and then this is going to go straight back. So if we just go like that, that will start going back. Okay, this could work. There's a chance they'll come up like this, I suppose. Then we'll need... Ooh, what can we do here? We'll come up with this. Go up another one. One more, please. Yep. That's the one. Like that. And we somehow... What do we need in here? 2x4. Okay. Then if we come around... Oh, no. Is that going to work? I think that'll work. Grab one of these and we'll fill that in like that. Okay. And then that will be the top of the roof. Okay, that's good. I don't mind that at all. This is going to be a little bit flatter and then start coming up on an angle from there on. I think will work pretty well. Just before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's fill in the floor here. Some more wedges on the bottom like that. And we need some little baby pyramids for the corners. Okie dokie, like this. Boop. Cool. And then that'll be the back of the cab right there. Okay, that could work. And then underneath here is where the container's going to go. And we'll have our wings and whatnot after that. Alrighty, so I've just jumped ahead a little bit. I think this point right here is exactly where we're going to attach the wings. So I think I might have the front ones angling forward and the rear wings angling backwards. I think that could be pretty cool, actually. So let's come around like this. We actually need to make this attach somehow. So let's come out. Can we drag? Oh, we can't drag that. Can't drag that forward. Oh dear. Okay, what if we grab some 1x4s first? Put them down here. Flip it around that way. No, other way around. About here, I think that should be fine. So if we grab there, drag it all the way. Oh, that's probably a little bit better. That's fine. Get rid of the ones in the middle. Boom, boom, boom. Okie dokie. Then we're going to need a 1x4. We'll drag that all the way back to the craft itself. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Matched up with there. Okay, nice. Okay. Now we need to do something on the bottom as well. Go like this. Whoop. All the way along. Just like that. Nice. And we did actually miss a little piece in the back here. Or in the corner, rather. Grab this. Turn it around. Up. And that way. Yes. Okay. That's cool. Nice. Now, how wide do we want these things exactly? Yeah, I think when I've got that there will probably be fine, actually. That was just a kind of a guess, but I think that will be all right. Now, I want that to go... No, not that way. I want to go the other way. How do I do that? Should I just grab those little wedges again? We'll put these in like so. That will work. Right. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of... Nope. Yes. Get rid of all of those. They don't need to be there. Then we need another pyramid. That should fit in here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Perfect. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Let's get the bottom part done as well. Turn that around like that. Boom, 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 boom. One more. Yep. There we go. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. Let's fill in that bottom. Boop. And down there too. Yes. Nice. Get rid of all of that. Okie dokie. And we'll come down like so. Look at that. That looks awesome. A bit strange, actually. It does actually look a bit weird, but that'll be fine. So now what we'll do, let's come up with a distance apart that we want these to be. So what if we grab a wedge? We'll get rid of that. Actually, we'll put this in here. Grab that wedge again. And we'll go through something like that. No, we don't want them too far apart. What if we go with that? And then we can change it afterwards. That should be fine, because I'll show you how this is going to work. So what I want to do now, I want to grab all of this. All of it, please. The whole thing. Yes. Like that. Okay, that's actually too much. I don't need to grab all that. We don't need all that part there, do we? Get rid of that. Boop. Nope, there. Is that enough? That should be fine. Copy it. Then we'll flip it around like this. This is super weird, I know. And then it can go there? I think that's heaps of distance apart. I wonder if we could even move that a bit. Oh, nah, we'll leave it like that. We can always change it later on. Paste it in and merge that all together. Very strange vehicle. Okay, let's go with it though. I actually don't mind it. I mean, it's a bit weird. Something different, unrealistic. I like it. Fill that in, fill in the sides as well, and the bottom part too. Boop, just like that. And then I just suppose we'll fill that in because we can. Okay, very odd looking craft, but that's fine. Let's move it forward a little bit. I think we're going to need the room, something like that. And then we've actually got to work out how we're going to end the back off. But very quickly, let's sort out. So in the middle of the wing, we'll break that apart. Let's get a pivot. Actually, quickly. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, okay, let's do that to all of them first real quick. All the way along. Thank you. We should have done this before, actually. Yep, oh, this one. Yep, all good. Okay, and we'll also make a little hole in the back here. Nice. Then we'll grab a power pivot because I think... Now, these are our options. We could all either have 4 independent engines or one big one in the middle. I'm thinking one big one in the middle, actually. I think that might be better. We might change our mind at some point, but I think that might work. Let's go around like that. Okay, we've got some there and some there. Awesome. And then the engines can attach to them. Very cool. I'm happy with it. Now we've got to sort something out for the back. Okay, so this is starting to look very weird now. Sort of starting to look like an aeroplane at the back, but that's fine. I don't mind. It took me a while to get these angles right, but I think that's what I'm happy with. It probably looks a little chunky, but for now, I think it'll be just fine. Now, we have 2 options. We can put like a rudder up in the middle like a regular plane, or we can have one on each side kind of like out here, which I think we might do. I think that might look just a little bit better. So maybe if we come up a couple like that, and then we'll put, let's go back to this page. There we go. Grab a 1x4. Let's see what we can do here. We'll come up like that. Another block, chuck it in there. What if we actually put a 1x2 on the top? One of these, turn it around. Yes. Okay. Block. And we sort of want to start coming back down here. So we'll chuck a wedge in. Now we do actually need room for one of these. So what if we chuck these in now and then we'll build around that? Ooh, maybe one more block out. It might be a little better. Turn around like so. Boom. Okay, that looks pretty cool, actually. Let's see what we can do with this. So, if we come down a couple more to the bottom of this, and then what if we go a little bit sharper on the bottom with some of these, come down like that. Nice, okay, I like it. Come forward a couple of blocks. Suppose we should probably end it off here, eh? Come up to the fin itself like that. Yeah, okay, I like that. Not sure if I like this hump in the middle or not. Should we get rid of this? I don't know if I like that. Oh, now it just looks a bit too flat. No, I think we'll leave it there. I think that looks just a little bit better, actually. Also, have we got a center between these wings? Okay, let's just go green for a sec so we know to delete these. So along here, it's the same point for each one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1. This is the center. Okay, get rid of all this garbage. Boop and boop. So that's the center right there. What if we actually paint that green? Ah, no. Green. Just like this. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, get rid of that little block. That would just show us where the center is. I think that's important because we are going to have to go and get the dimensions for a container and work out how it's going to sit in here before we do anything else, actually. Okay, so here's the dimensions for a container, which I stole. So here we are. That looks like the center to me. So we're going to have to build some little legs that come and attach to this, aren't we? So if we just paste that there for now. So I suppose where the connectors are, let's just come up with some green so we know whereabouts we want all this to sit. Boom, 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 boom. There's a little bit of a gap between that and the container, but we are going to need that to be able to get in and out. So that's probably fair enough, actually. Let's leave it like that. So how on earth do we want this to work? Let's get rid of them. So we essentially want them to come from up here. Okay, we'll do the same on the back. Boom, boom. Get rid of those. And it's an electrical connector, isn't it? One of those. Okay, we'll turn that around like so. So that is exactly where they need to be. We just need to make it connect up to the body just a little bit better because that doesn't look very good. Let's go back to white for now anyway. Let's make a little bit of room for ourselves here. So what if we grab... Can I get rid of that? Yes. some of these. We'll go from the bottom of it towards the front maybe of some of them. That can connect up to there. Okay, I don't know if I like that. Don't know if I like that. And let's try and make it just a little bit different on the back side of it. And then that will just connect up to here. Something like this. Then we'll have to work on something in here, won't we? So what if we grab some of these, turn that around like that. And then we'll need a 1x2 for the front one. So like this. And I suppose this will fit best in the back. Something like that. I mean, that's probably fine, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if I'm happy with it or not, but they're probably right. They'll be fine. Let's paint it all. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so now what we'll do, let's not select that. Let's grab this little piece. Yes, the whole bit, please. We need the whole piece. Okay, something like that. So let's actually copy it. We're going to drag it all the way back here and see if we can merge it up. Okay, so we probably could have gone a 2 up there, but that's fine. Paste that in like so. Merge that with that. Okay. That's cool, actually. I like that. Yeah, nice. All right, and then we'll have to do the same on this side, won't we? So grab this one this time. So reset that. Boom. Oh, boom rather. Boom, 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 boom. And the other... no. Let's start that again. We need the connector. We need all this stuff. Boop. All that. And this. Is that the whole lot? I think it is. Copy that. We'll move it all the way back to here. That is exactly the right spot. Paste it in. Merge that with that. Okay, looking good, man. Okay, so that means we can get rid of this now, can we? I don't think we need it anymore. Boop. Okay, so that is the container dimensions on the bottom. Look at that. That looks weird. It looks like a big X. I don't know if I like it. I think I like it. Also, landing gear. Ooh, okay, we'll worry about that after. Let's get these engines sorted first, or like the mounts with the propellers anyway. All right, so I think we'll just build one on here, and then we're going to go and copy and paste it all the way around. I think we'll be just fine. So what if we... I don't know how I want this to look. I haven't got a clue. Something like this. Let's just build the size of it first, like the roundness of it. Yeah, that'll be fine. So we'll come around like this, and then we'll go 3 wide, and it will start coming in again. I wonder if that will be enough. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't actually know, though. Okay, let's just go with that for now anyway. And then what if we come up a few in the middle? Well, that's 4, so that means... Okay, let's do this. Put a bit of a curve on it then. Come around like this. Boom, boom. Okay, and then maybe we have the front and the back of it angle in. We could do something like that. Okay, let's grab some of those. Okay, along like so. Grab this. Stand her up. Yes. Okay, and then grab it over like that. Okay, I don't know. Let's go up like this, and then we'll have to do the same on this side. So that means we're going to need one of these. Turn it around. Grab another one. Turn it around. Drag it forward. Actually, we need one of these here too, don't we? Boop. And some more of these. Stand her up. Yes, and go along like that. Okay, they're looking awfully chunky. Awfully chunky. That's fine. Let's grab some of these. I think we'll just make it come in one more at the top before we put a propeller on. Might be best. Come around like so. And we'll just use a whole bunch of 1x1 wedges for that. Boom, boom, boom. Yep, that's fine. Go around like so. And this one as well, just like that. Great. Let's fill that in. And the propeller will go right on the top. Does that look a little on the big side? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, it might be right. We'll keep going. We may end up changing it though. I don't know. Let's come down just maybe a couple more. Something like this. Yeah. No. Like this. Turn them around as well. I get the right way. Yep, like that. And then what are we going to do here? What if we have it... Okay, let's go like this. Boom. And then I want the front and the back and the sides to start coming in. So let's go along like that. Go along like... Ooh, like that, maybe? All the way to the edges, I suppose. Have to go like that, won't we? And we do need to make the back side of this the same as the front. So come along like this. Ooh, at least you guys don't have to watch me make 4 of these. We're just going to make 1 and copy and paste it all around the place. Good. Go along this and come down a couple more along like so. And we've got this side, which we've completely forgotten about. Come along like that. Down, over. Okay. Something like that. They do look a bit big. Yeah. We'll decide at the end. We'll decide at the end. Too hard of a decision right now. Let's go along, turn around. Boom. 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 No. Doesn't go there. 1 there. And turn it around and boom. Okay. I don't know if I mind that. I think it looks... I I think it looks a little on the chunky side. Oh, it looks all right from here. Look, let's put the propellers on and then decide. So maybe what we'll do, before we put the propellers on, let's reset our grid. Let's grab the whole engine itself, and we're going to put on all the spots where the engine's going to be. And then we'll decide, I think that's the whole thing there. Copy that, drag it back like so. That's the one. Then we can turn it around, I'm pretty sure, and just drag and put it over here. That should be fine. Boop. Okay, now we do have to make a little bitty hole right here and merge them together. And then we're going to do the same with the one over here. Merge that one with that. Okay, then we'll fill all this back in. Boop. And that should be all good. I don't know. Let's get a propeller out and see what we've got. Rotor. No. Rotor large. Oh, that looks awesome. That's way too big though. Can we make them smaller? Flat? No, 3 flat, smaller. Flat. There we go. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. So what's that? That's a rotor large. What else we got? Rotor small. What do they look like? Let's see what they look like. Boop. Okay, if we made them bigger, how do they look? Okay, and we go 3 blades, flat, large, flat, 3 blades. You can't no, they got thicker propellers on them, don't they? Yeah, I think I might go with those ones. Boop, let's get rid of them. Now that's so you can have them doubled. Is that the end? What do we got there? Rotor propeller small. Rotor small end. I think that's the one we want actually. Boom. Yeah, because that's got this cap on the top. Yeah. Bye-bye. Chuck that one right there. Okay. Do I have my directions off? Oh, I do. Oh, that's better. There we go, man. Okay, nice. So let's do the same that we did with those ones. 3 flat, large. 3 flat, large. 3 flat, large. And 3 flat, large. Okay. Ooh, little close. Just a little close there, man. Okay. Let's not make them large. What if we bring them all down to 70? That is a little bit better. That actually looks really weird. Very weird. Interesting. Hopefully it works pretty well. Hopefully it can pick up a lot of weight actually. That actually looks... I like it. It's just different. Like it's very unrealistic, but it looks cool at the same time. I don't know. Hopefully you guys like it. Okay, cool. Now we're going to work out what we're going to do for landing gear. Because like being a VTOL, we're not actually going to need wheels, are we? So maybe, actually, what are those? Grip? No, friction pads. Friction. Friction. If I could spell these ones. Friction pads. Maybe we should put these somewhere. Maybe have some big legs that kind of fold down from the side. Maybe we could break in here. Go like that. Let's get some power pivots. Those ones, we'll just rotate that so that little bit's out of the way. Boop. Okay, something like this. And what can we do here? All right, so what if we start with let's go back to this page here. Let's get a 1x2. Let's start with that. That's always a good start, right? Go like this, and then what? I sort of want it to look strong if we can. So we'll put one of those on that side, and then we'll go around with one of them on that side. Okie dokie. What should we use next? Maybe a 2x4? Can we rotate that? Okay, there we go. And then I suppose we'll do the same on this side. Why not rotate that way? Flip it. Boop. Okay, cool. Grab a block, stuff her in there, and a 1x4 and come up like that. Okay, nice. I don't mind that at all. Let's just fill in that part. Block, please. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. All right, that's a good starting point anyway. Then we'll chuck a 1x4 on like so, and come around like that, except that is going to hit on there, isn't it? That's not good, so we have to get rid of that. Yeah, because otherwise when it folds up under the wing, sometimes, oh yeah, like obviously I'm going to make it fold up under the wing there. Okay, that's just ruined it a little bit. What if we just go like this? What can we put on the back here to make it look a bit better? Okay, maybe something just like that, though it should still clear and fold up underneath. We could probably just get away with that, that'll be just fine. All right, now, how far down do we want all this to come? What if we go about here-ish? Or maybe, should we come down one more, and then we'll put a friction pad on? Friction, one of these, and we'll chuck it right there. Is that a little bit too low, or is that fine, do you reckon? I reckon we can handle that. That should be just fine. And then we sort of need to make it look like it's connected still. Try and make it look somewhat strong. Come up like this, get rid of that, and we could just fill that in like so. Okay. And then what on earth can we do with the front of it? What if we continue this down here? Let's grab one of these ones. Chuck that in up in this area. Whoop, like that. We need a 1x4. Let's make this look somewhat rounded if we can. Boop. Okay. I don't want to make it look too chunky, but I sort of want it to as well. If that makes any sense. Or what if we don't come all the way down? Let's get a 1x4. Turn around. Connect up to here. And then we just need to fill in this little area with a few bits, don't we? So if we grab a wedge, chuck it in like that, and a 1x4. Yes. Okay, I think we'll leave it like that. That looks very strange. Kind of looks like little legs, like it's walking. Something like that. And then we need to sort out something for the front here, don't we? So what I was thinking, I think we might have little legs that kind of extend down a little bit. That could be pretty cool. So what if we open up a little bit of area in here? Let's get a pivot. So grab one of these, a robotic pivot, turn it around, and we'll chuck it just like that. Okay, nice. Then if we come maybe 2 blocks, let's get a friction pad. We'll grab one of those ones, chuck them right on the front. Is that the right way? Yes, it is. Okay, and then they can just kind of lower down and meet up on the ground. I think that would probably work, actually. I don't mind that at all. Then we'll just fill that in. And then, so they don't look so thin and weak, maybe what we can do, let's go a wedge. We'll just chuck it on the top like that. And we just put a block on like there so it doesn't look so thin when it pops out. That should be fine. Actually, I might just fill that little area in just like that. Okay, very nice. So very, very quickly before we give this thing a bit of a paint, let's actually open this back up again. Sorry. How are we going to do this? So we're going to have to cover up those landing legs. Let's go like this. Oh, I missed a bit of window here, didn't I? So let's go window. Grab a 1x3. Should fit in here. Turn them around. Oh, can I? Yep, there we go. There we go. That's the one. Good stuff. All right, so that should be sealed by the time we put a door on the back too. That's nice. Anyway, let's get a seat going. So I'm just going to chuck one right in the middle. Should we go about there? That should be okay, something like that. And then we will need a door. Oh, door. There we go. Should we use a hinge door or a sliding door? I think we'll just use a hinge door. That should be fine. Turn it around like that. Boop. Okie dokie. And we go up like so. So it's a completely sealed cockpit there. Nice. And then we actually need a way to get up and down this thing. So that's in the way. What if we just block that off again? Then the door's going to open in there. That's all. That should be fine. Let's get a step out. We'll grab one of these. We'll try and come up straight away. As soon as you... Oh, I actually need to have room for the door to open, don't we? Okay, that can be a problem. Will that hit that? I think that might be right. Oh, it's got to be, because otherwise it won't work. Then let's seal off those little areas there. So the whole cabin should be waterproof. Let's just quickly spawn that in. See if we can actually get in the cab. Oh! Okay. That is huge. That looks awesome. Nice. Open up that door. Okay, yeah, it does open. Nice. And then this will be our view from the cockpit. So we can see all the way down the sides of us, which is really good. See out the front. Okay, should we try and get some windows in the front there? I don't know if we can, actually. No, that'd be fine. Nice. We've got these big legs. They're going to fold up along the side of the craft. Or maybe this way even. Ooh, we'll have to work that out. See which way works best. But anyway, I'll give this thing a quick paint. I'm thinking I might put the Bizza logo right here. And even though these little pods don't actually have engines in them, because I think I'm going to put the engine in the middle there. I think that would be better. Then they're all synced to the same speed. We'll see how we go. But anyway, I think I might put like a fake little radiator looking thing on these as well. But we'll see what I end up doing. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in just a moment. Okie dokie, guys, this is what I've come up with. I think it looks pretty good, actually. I don't mind it at all. I have just made a few slight little changes. So these container connectors here, I've actually flipped around the other way. So the longer parts are both in the middle. And I've chucked the Bizza logo right there, as you can see. Looks pretty good. And I put those little radiators up there on the little fake engine thingamajigglies. But in the cabin here, I have tested it. And it actually does work. The door does still open there. Oh, I missed a little bit just here. I don't know what I'm going to do about the inside here, if I should paint it or not. But look at all that room, man. So much room. I think that can all go too. Yeah, look at that. We'll get rid of that at some point. That's fine. But what I will do, I'll just fill it in for now, because we aren't going to have to go in there, I can't imagine. Hopefully not anyway. I've also forgotten a little bit of paint just here. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, but I don't know what we should do with the inside at the moment. But I suppose we'll just paint the chair orange and we'll just leave the rest of it for now. Should be just fine. But what I might do, just for the sake of spawning it in, we might just make some temporary little pillars at the back here, so it will sit up straight. I wonder if that'll be about straight, something like that. Let's spawn in and see what it looks like. Oh, okay, it does stand up. Oh, that looks awesome, doesn't it? Woo! That is huge. That's sort of very roughly how it's going to stand anyway, two little legs popping out the front. That looks very good, doesn't it? I'm happy with it. Let's jump in our seat and I'll just quickly show you guys that the door still does open. As you can see, it's a little glitchy behind there, but it does work, so that's all that really matters, I suppose. Jump in our seat, plenty of visibility. Look at that, nice black windows everywhere. Very nice. Have to put some stuff up here on the roof. Very cool. All right, let's see if we can get out of here. Shut the door. Very nice. But yeah, hopefully with these 4 propellers, it's going to be able to pick up a fair bit of weight. I'm hoping to carry several containers at once, at least 3 or 4. Probably push it with 4, but it would be pretty cool. And obviously these propellers are going to rotate forward and then fly like an airplane. Should be pretty neat. But anyway, guys, that's going to do us for today. Next episode, we're actually going to add the engine in and hopefully get it started. That should be pretty exciting, so stay tuned for that. But for now, guys, I'd like to say thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.